Hello, 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 hello. You are here. It's now. It's happening. Welcome, welcome, welcome to Radio Free Wall Street. Welcome. We are in August. Vacation time. The street has a yawn to it. Markets have a kind of thick, syrupy feel to them. Politics in Washington, D.C. is starting to heat up, but nowhere near the crescendo we are going to hit come the fall elections when no holds bar, brass knuckle fights are breaking out, and it is a matter of survival for Donald Trump, and he damn well knows it. Now, Donald Trump has been really all over the news. He has really, really been pushing things. As we predicted, Donald Trump knows he's in trouble. He is managing this as an episode of The Apprentice. He is using all his skills that got him into the White House, and that was basically managing the media. He can keep the noise there. He can play to his base, deep state conspiracy, race wars, and race baiting. That's what Donald Trump's bringing you. Now, let's understand something here. This is going to be one hell of an election. And it is absolutely, positively going to be ugly. Donald Trump is fighting for his very survival. He's taking no prisoners. I mean, he is absolutely destroying the great institutions of America. He has absolutely got the economy in disaster mode. He's got trade wars going on. He's fighting with everybody in Washington, D.C., He's fighting with our major companies. He has no friends. He's taking no prisoners. And he's about the most nasty piece of work we've ever seen in America in my lifetime, okay, in leadership. And the hatred of Donald Trump grows by the day. Those enemies this foul man makes is incredible. And he's got himself a war going on here with America's beloved spy agencies. Okay? And this is going to end very badly for him. Now, in the meantime, we're getting into the ugly zone. Donald Trump's staff and loyal people are in uproar. He knows he will betray them in a minute. He knows they're looking for fall guys to blame any of the meetings or inappropriate comments or misstatements on. And it's very tense at the White House. With the exit of Tillerson, as far as I'm concerned, the real talent left. And it's definitely a beast spring of people who are desperados. Now, there's a little gal by the name of Omarosa. And she was one of the people to come out of The Apprentice TV stars. There's someone that's been all over the White House. And Omarosa is a very interesting piece of work. A black female, which was very rare in the Trump administration. And now there are none. There was one and none. And she learned survival in the nasty world of Trump. In Trump's nasty world, lying, cheating, stealing are matter, of course. Blackmail, perjury, fraud. Are just tools of business for a man like Donald Trump. And Omarosa was a very fast study. So much so that she recorded her experiences in the White House and her firing and her payoff offers for silence to show you how the Trump administration works. I think anyone that has an open mind that heard the tape about her being fired and offered jobs on the election committee for her silence, negotiating price in those recordings, understands how corrupt the Trump administration is. Now, Donald Trump has got a problem. Let me tell you what the problem is, and it's not going to be apparent yet, really shortly, and that is although they're few and far between this day and age, there are people who can't be bought. There are people who have a matter of principle. And there are people who were supporters of Donald Trump and realize him for the piece of shit he is. Now, our apprentice girlfriend made the TV rounds as she's gone public with some of her tapes, and there was something that I thought was very interesting. And she said Donald Trump wants to start a race war in his country. Now, I've been aware of the race baiting for quite some time with Donald Trump. I regard him as a Nazi, blonde-haired, blue-eyed, Aryan superior being. Superior beings are very important to Donald Trump. He talks about it often. Perfect body types, flawless figures, and he just gets right down to the perfect Aryan race, which was the hallmark of Adolf Hitler. He's made statements about blacks that are downright downgrading and not true. Has he used the N-word? Oh, hell. What do you think? So this is a glimpse you're getting into the White House. A look at what really goes on there behind closed doors is something you should embrace very seriously. And Donald Trump absolutely positively wants to divide America during along racial lines. He hates the Spanish, he hates the blacks. He hates anyone that's not perfect like he is. He had a beauty pageant. He had the Apprentice show. If you really analyze the show, it's just about nasty pieces of shit, lying, cheating, stealing, manipulating. And this is what Donald Trump admires. There's nothing in Donald Trump's life or way of doing things I agree with. There's nothing in his approach that I believe will work over a longer period of time. And I regard Donald Trump as a blight on America that will soon disappear. Now, soon is a funny word. Is it 2 years? Certainly not 6 years. Now, as we move closer to the election, what you really need to be concerned about is what Donald Trump does to salvage what is a midterm disaster in the making. Remember, his tools are the media. His tools are manipulation. His tools are divisiveness. And also remember, he's a president of the United States with that executive order pen. He can do a lot of shit, and he has. The trade wars he started are costing American businesses big. A lot of his key constituency in the Midwest are getting hurt by this. And Donald Trump realizes that. Donald Trump could not be happier than with a race war in America. Divide and conquer, man, oh man, it gives the cover he needs. And I can tell you that more and more people who are relatively conservative and wouldn't talk about such things are now expressing concern. Now, I'm going very slow and very deliberate here because I really need you to grasp the heightening tensions in the White House, both among the staff and among other agencies. Donald Trump is now starting to piss off a lot of very high-ranking very influential people. People who really do love the flag, and it's not just a publicity stunt. People who really know the Pledge of Allegiance by fact and by heart. People who are starting to see through him. And people who may feel like it is time that Trump is exposed for the nasty piece of work he really is. Now, let me tell you what I believe is. I believe this is all going to come to an head in midterm elections. I think a lot of people are realizing that if Trump prevails in the midterms, it could be a disaster for all concerned. And I think the Democrats see this as the choice to end his fiendish reign and get a lot of mileage for the next presidential election. And even get themselves a majority, which would be fun for them, huh? Now, they also perceive the weakness. They understand the danger of this investigation that could turn into a criminal prosecution of his key people, and impeachment for him it really is. In other words, what no one seems to really want you to know is he's extremely vulnerable. This is not some witch hunt, as he says it is, or no collusion. This is a full-scale federal prosecution investigation that is bearing fruit, that is uncovering information, that is growing in its scope and complexity. Don't let Giuliani shit you. This is going to be with us in the elections, and Donald Trump regards this as his vulnerability. This is where the battle lines are being drawn, okay? It's a very simple battle to understand. Donald Trump must maintain his majority in the House and Senate. If he does that, he can grow his power base. If he loses the House, investigations are going to happen up the yang-yang, and that is destabilizing to him, but not necessarily deadly. But if things come unglued, if Donald Trump can't maintain the Senate, they can't maintain the presidency. And there is a scenario where, despite the blow going and how Donald Trump's talking about a landslide of the Republicans both in the House and Senate, calmer, more intelligent heads realize that there is real vulnerability here. They also realize these trade wars and the retaliatory strikes are at the heart of his support in the Middle West. And he doesn't like it. So now Donald Trump has to deal with an issue that is critical, and that is, how does he spin these events? How does he protect himself? How does he stay president? Avoid impeachment. Now, I want you to understand that Ambrosia is really dealing with the corruption of the White House. And one facet of it that's very important, that is the vulnerability of his staff. Okay, his staff knows a lot. His staff is loyal to a point, but they are being pushed past the breaking point. And that push is now gaining traction. People are starting to understand that Donald Trump playing your legal bills is not the great gift, because the lawyer works wherever pays them. And contrary to myth, the staffers are not the most successful people in the world, do not have the wonderful life that you may think they do not have the reserves. They're basically very ambitious young people that the stint in the White House would look very good on their resume. Now, I mean, it's a hell of a reason to get involved with a man like Donald Trump, but Donald Trump has known how to play jobs, 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 jobs. And people at that level need for jobs. And he's also played the allure of, I've worked in the White House very well. The problem is these people are not particularly strong. They're not seasoned litigants. They don't know how to live in a legalistic world. They're very sensitive to Donald Trump. And many of them feel very betrayed. And what I want you to understand is that they feel very vulnerable. They feel as though they've been sold out. And they know things. Now, as you're seeing with Cohen and Abrosia and other people, Donald Trump is not evoking long-term loyalty. These people know too much, far more than they should. And because around Donald Trump, it's an aura of deceit, a lot of videotaping going on. A lot of people got a file put away in a drawer just in case they need it. And you might notice those files, namely tapes, videotapes, sex and lies, are starting to find the light of day. It's absolutely essential you understand how truly vulnerable Donald Trump is and how these slip-ups, you know, if you got enough banana peels on the floor, eventually somebody's going to fall and bust their ass. And that's exactly the situation I'm seeing with Donald Trump. There's a lot of slippage going on there, to say the least. There's a lot of anxiety. There's a lot of animosity. There's a special prosecutor who understands how to play those emotions. And it turns out that the White House chief counsel has been interviewed by these people for a very long time. Now, Donald Trump may try to spin it as a good thing, but when your chief counsel is being interviewed by a special prosecutor day in and day out, now, how matter how they want to spin that for you, that is a bad thing, not a good thing. Now, let me get back to what I believe is going to be the October surprise, or surprises. Donald Trump is in trouble. He knows it. He's wounded. His administration is floundering. Tell me, what issues has he really moved ahead on? He's got no legislation through. The trade wars are going rather badly. The elections look like they could be a real disaster. And where he was sure he was going to maintain that house, he's about to get slaughtered there. And now there's talk that, oh my God, it might just be a crisis there. And Donald Trump might just be very, very, very vulnerable. Another one of his lawyers spending a whole lot of time giving testimony to a special prosecutor, his former fixer and mouthpiece Cohen from New York, and his little buddy from Washington, D.C. is now given over 30 hours of testimony. Oh, Donald, don't let them shit you, buddy. That's bad, not good. And Donald Trump knows that, by the way. Don't let these people shit you. Remember, especially in the Trump White House, No words they speak are to be believed. No information is to be disseminated without the proper slant, tilt, and without the proper layer bullshit. So, Donald Trump is becoming a very desperate man and a very dangerous man. One that cannot be trusted. And one, by the way, I do not believe should be running the United States of America. Now, we'll be reporting to you in upcoming reports our best guess at the scenario, let's say an intelligent guess, that is unfolding, and some of the tricks that Donald Trump, a very desperate Donald Trump, has up its sleeves. So, we will start this series of information tomorrow as we give you our daily trade update. That will give you the trading scenarios. And then we'll start talking about 3 of the grand plans of the Trump administration to, 1, get the heat off of him, 2, divert the public's attention, 3, to play to his constituency in a new way, an attempt to keep the Senate and also save the House. This is how Donald Trump feels he's got to do this. So we will be moving forward, and we hope you understand that there are grave consequences here. And this could be the biggest disaster in election history, or this could be one of the greatest saves ever. And it's all how well Donald Trump next series of publicity stunts play out. And I would say that you should be very concerned.